This is video 21, and this is the finale or ending of my series on the Carcano live fire testing. You know, I started off with the first video with the little slogan, "Be a man among men." Well, let's see if we've learned how to be a man in the course of this thing here, this series. Now, I've made a list because there's a lot of stuff that has popped up. I have been doing a lot of interfacing with subscribers or viewers. People are contacting me, emailing me, sending me more photographs of stuff they're receiving from these different companies, and also discussing different problems that are arising. And some people have actually gotten back, figured out something when it comes to functioning and everything else, and we're on to something here. And there's all kinds of questions, thoughts, there's questions about ammunition, reloading, all this other stuff. A lot of information has kind of come in, kind of overwhelming, and what I want to do is make this conclusion video as quick and to the point, because I could go on for like 3 hours with, I got a list here. Alright, so we have learned a lot, and a lot more information is coming in, a lot more feedback and help from viewers and subscribers, to where we're networking and finding solutions and dispelling a lot of rumors and confusion. Because most of the problems that arise come from rumors, confusion, or just the information isn't quite correct, or someone doesn't really quite understand what's going on, and they account the problem to something other than what the real source of the problem is. So more on that later. But first, I would like to thank all of my supporters. I've gotten a lot of support. It has helped me go on, and I'm going to keep going on here. So your support and your generosity is deeply appreciated by me, and does help me a lot, okay, an awful lot, to go on with this. Then I'd also like to thank everyone for their input. You know, the people that have been emailing me, asking me questions, showing me pictures of what they're buying. And I'd also like to thank the people that took my advice and started making little videos of their own, okay, showing everyone what they purchased, or what they think of it, or what they think of the company, and explain their purchase a little. That helps everyone in general. It's one thing to leave a comment, rant and rave about a company or whatever, but it's another thing, you know, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just take a quick short video, explain or show what you received. A lot of people are doing the condition of the box, because a lot of these places really aren't packaging the crap well when they send it to you. So then you get in a dispute, was the gun damaged before it was shipped or during the shipping? See, that opens a door, and that's the biggest headache a lot of people are running into. And that varies from company to company. So when you do that, when you help put in more info in a video, okay, it helps everyone. Alright? It doesn't have to be anything fancy or special, but it does help everyone. And the last guy there, Carson Branham, he gave a shout out to me in his first video he made there about the Carcanos. I'd like to thank him and check out. He got 3 Carcano cavalry carbines from Classic Firearms and paid to hand select. So check out his latest video on the Carcano carbines to get an idea of what he got, and you know, for what he paid for it. All right. I got everything written down. Oh, and another thing, I'd like to give out an apology to Mariano, okay? And this is an individual who contacted me on one of these closed Facebook collectors websites, and he was talking about some sort of a magazine adapter that goes into a Carcano magazine, locks the magazine down, and sets in there, and then you can shoot the rifle in a single shot fashion, okay, without having to use a clip. So this may be something, because I'm going to get into clips and all this other stuff. If you can't find a clip, maybe this would be a solution for now to shoot your gun without damaging the extractor. That's another thing. We got to talk about damaging extractors and stuff. But anyway, Mariano said he got this thing. I have no idea what it was. I've never seen it. Never seen it in a picture, any book. I have no idea, and I get all kinds of people emailing me. So this gentleman emails me and says, "Hey man, do you ever think of manufacturing this, or what do you think of this?" And I was like, whatever. I really don't. I told him I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen it. I don't know what the device is, and really I'm kind of busy, and I really don't want to get into manufacturing anything. I'm not set up to manufacture things with my machinery, which is all basic stuff. It's all one thing at a time. So mass production is not my deal, no matter what it is. Okay. And then I guess he tried to contact me on Facebook. When he did get this device or block or thing, and someone is making it for him, okay, producing these things. And he tried sending me on Facebook a message, but I never checked my Facebook account in the messaging or emails and that thing. And sometimes I do go there. I see where 6 months ago people were trying to contact me, and so that's my fault. Okay, use just a regular code 49 and email me directly to that account if you want to contact. That's the best way to do it. So then I seen somewhere where somebody was showing these blocks. On one of the forums, Gunboard's forum, the guy goes, "Well, this is who you contact to get this and this and that." I said, "That looks like that thing that guy was making." And I said, now everyone's having these problems and we're coming in, see it's a gradual development where there's problems arising with the functioning of these guns and repairing them and trying to work on them. And also it would help to have this block and use it so you can diagnose functioning problems with your rifle. So I said, you know what, I should get one. So I said, let me ask this person if they'd send me one. And I told them, I said, look, I'll do a review, I'll make a video, I'll get it up on YouTube, and if you send me one. So then Mario sends me an email back. "I already made that offer to you, you never answered my email." And he was nice enough to get me one out. So Mariano, I said Mario, I'm sorry. Mariano, I'm sorry, but once I get it, I got the tracking number, it's on the way, we'll do a video, and hopefully in my development of loads, I will be able to get out, demonstrate your device, and like I said, tell people how to use it as a diagnostic tool, if anything, to help getting their guns running up to snuff. Okay? I'm going to take a short break here, and I'm going to check my list, and we're going to come back and complete this and discuss the other topics and the other videos I'm going to make. Okay, in analyzing my videos and sources and that, first of all, I've hit the 12,000 subscriber mark a couple days ago, so thank you all. But I am still checking my analysis or analytics, and 84% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed. Okay, I did pick up a few hundred subscribers since I mentioned this a week or two ago, so thank you. The reason I tell you to do it is so you can keep up with me in the progression, and as I go on making more videos about different subject matters pertaining to the Carcano rifle. Okay, but what that's telling me is that 90% of the people watching these videos, especially, okay, say I get 2,000 hits, but in reality, when I do the testing, people that are serious enough about this to watch these videos, see what my results are, and get into the discussion and really in depth about the Carcano, it drops down, say like when I put, hey, so-and-so is selling bayonets, I get 2,000 views in a week. And then I'll put up a video shooting the gun, I only get about 200 to 300 on normal, and that's normal. That is, out of all the people out there, that's about, if I get about 200-300 people watch the video, on any mil surplus gun, that is about the average of true people looking for information or are interested enough to watch a video. Okay, so that means a lot of people are just glancing around. All right, so I got that in. So now, in all the emails, correspondence, questions, we got different things here. Number one, okay, is going to be ammo. Because, all right, you got the gun. I got a Carcano. Well, now I want to shoot it. I need ammo. And then there's confusion because of the 2 bullet diameters. Hornady was the one making the actual copy of the torpedo-style bullet with the 268 diameter, but they discontinued it because PPU, who was using, like all the other standard companies, a 264 thousandths diameter bullet, they took their 2 bullets and just made them 268, which a lot of people run them on mics and say they're 267. Okay, generally a jacketed bullet should be 1/1000ths under the groove diameter. You don't want it right on the groove diameter. You want it 1/1000ths under. Okay, so that is normal, and PPU normally runs their bullets 1/1000ths undersized compared to, you know, American-made bullets and this and that. So that's normal. Don't panic. And it's not that detrimental to accuracy with a jacketed bullet. Okay, so now with the ammo, we got the questions. Okay, we need ammo. So there's confusion there. So a lot of people are coming in, what do I buy? Now I went and bought some from JG Ammo or JG Sales. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, one of the online distributors. Okay. SG Ammo. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. I can't remember all these different companies. SG Ammo. They had some Carcano, they still do. They had that little light bullet, and I think they've run out of the 139 full metal jacket. But there's still the smaller diameter bullet. That's what I used in the testing. That's where I bought the ammo. I did get bullets of the proper diameter, okay, the larger diameter, in the 139 grain. I'm in the process of developing a load. Okay, I'm no longer going to fool with, I still have some of them Hornady bullets left over, but the point is moot because you cannot buy them or get them, they're not in stock. Okay, so for me to even discuss them is pointless for most people. Okay, and so I've been hit, and also I use my cast bullet. So I'm getting hit with all these questions. Can I get this? Where do I get this? And I get hit with people who, A, just want like a sample of the ammunition, a box or two. There's people that want the bullets. And there's people that just want my reloading data. Okay, so you got different levels. Some people don't reload. Okay, some people do reload, but they're not into cast bullets. Cast bullet, you're going to need 1 or 2 extra tools. Some people do cast their own bullets and reload and just want to know what the bullet mold and all this other stuff is and where I got it. And some people just go and buy. There is a company out there, they posted it there, that sells that NOE cast. It's about 160 grain bullet sized, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I never bought the product. I think it's Mountain Molds or something. There's a company out. Someone in one of my descriptions, or in, one of my comment box, posted a link to it. You can buy them, okay, if you don't cast. So there's a whole bunch of questions. I got to go through that and make all kinds of different videos trying to cover each and every topic, so it gets confusing and a little crazy. Okay, then reloading. All right, I get reloading questions. All right, and one of the things, and where I'm seeing a misrepresentation or another lot, I call it a myth. People are using the Hornady, or have used the Hornady larger diameter bullet, and they say they get this high pressure and it's no good, the bullet's no good, don't use a large bullet, stay with the undersized bullet, be safe. And what it is if you go to this Hornady loading manual, I forget which one this is the 6th edition. I got this somewhere, but inside here, Hornady never dropped load data for 6.5 Carcano. And they got these weird loads in there, and they're all over the internet in the different forums and that, because this is a popular book. Hornady, I guess, still kept the 6.5 Carcano, where Lyman and some other places dropped it after the 70s, okay, and don't have any load data. But all these loads are telling you to use a Magnum primer. I took one of the loads, I found it online, and I found it in this book, okay? And basically tells you use a ball powder, a bullet, and a Magnum primer. When you do it, when you fire the gun, and it was, I think it was this one here, it was this gun, you would fire the low end load from the low end of the chart. And I mean, you had to beat this thing up to get the case up. What's happening is, and this is why you just can't use any powder or anything like that. Yes, this is published data, but it has a very strange effect, and there are several people who have done the same thing I do, and it's like you're firing a blue pill load. It locks your action up. You have to beat the gun open. It is actually a strange form of an underpowered load. The powder and the burn rate and with the Magnum primer creates some weird thing to where it seizes the brass and the bolt up. Okay, don't ask me for a detailed explanation. All I know is when I did not use that information again and anything with a damn Magnum primer, regardless of the powder, and I went, the cover's missing on this. This is the Lyman 45th edition loading manual. Okay, this is the first one I bought. I've been using it for 40 years. The cover's gone. I got another one. I lost it though. It's got this plastic spine. You go on Amazon, look up under used books, Lyman 45th edition. It has 6.5 Carcano loads in there for 3 or 4 different bullet weights. And that information I've used with no problem using regular primers. Okay. So that's one thing I'm going to have to go over and make a video explaining all this in detail, because people are already, oh, don't use a larger diameter bullet. It's overpressured, your gun will this and that. And another thing, these people are not using, an individual contacted me and gave me all of his information and discussed this problem in detail with me. And I asked him a few questions. Did you develop the load? What do I mean by developing the load? If you go in a book and it says start with X amount of grains of powder and end with a maximum of this amount of grains of powder. If you take them 2 charge weights and then add a half grain of powder in increments working up to there, you will end up burning up sometimes 30, 40 rounds of ammo. But that is the way you develop the load. Okay, because sometimes the load is right there at the max, sometimes it's a grain below, and then sometimes it's 2 grains over the minimum, and that's where it's hitting dead on. Okay, that is how you properly do it. You don't just take like a minimum, it looked like he took a minimum charge and even went lower, and it was doing all kinds of weird stuff to him. Okay, I said, are you developing the load? Just don't go pick like accuracy load and just load that. Work your way up, because sometimes the load data, now like I said, the load data in this Hornady book does not work. Okay, it is published. Hornady is a respectable company. Hornady is one of the top ammunition makers in the country. Okay? I'm not saying that they're crazy, but in this case, this did not work. I have found load data in other places that does not marry up to what they're telling you it's going to do. And you run into problems. So that's why you got to use caution and be prepared to change to something else or get an alternative backup or a different load. Okay, that's the safe thing to do. And it'll stop a lot of this confusion. And yes, it costs more, it takes more time, more money. But it's better to know what the hell you're doing when it comes to reloading than have an accident. Okay? It's worth the money and the time. Okay? Believe me, that's from my experience. Okay, reloading. Now, we get into clips, this is another one. This is where they got you over a barrel. I've had these clips since I was 15 years old, over 40 years, and those are the ones I've been using all the time in all these different guns. Now, with this influx of Carcano, you must have a clip to operate the gun, okay, or it don't work. And if you try to just open the bolts, throw a cartridge in, much like the M94 straight pulls, these extractors do not pop over the rim. You will eventually damage the gun, knock the extractor out of place, or break it. Okay, here is your extractor in your bolt face here. Okay, this thing here. I'm going to try to focus this. Okay, extractor problems. If you look at this bolt and see this long piece here, that is the extractor. Okay, I got an 8mm over here. And it uses this longer extractor right there. Now there's a close-up of looking at it. It's this piece right here. Now what the problem is, this thing pushes downward and back into the bolt, and you have to peen it or crimp it over inside there. Okay, you really can't see it on this one, but on this one here, if you look right in here, I'm going to try to zoom this in. Let me try. If you look at this bolt, you can see right here these little dents, indentation. That's where they hammered the lip to hold this thing in place. Can you see there's a gap here in the back? So this is critical. Now, I've gotten a hold of a person that said if these are loose and slide back, okay, what happens is your rim can't get up underneath there, and it causes, it either feeds hard or it jams. So this is the problem there. So I'm going to make a video, investigate this further. I'm working with some other people. I think the guy's name is Arthur. He's looking into it. We're going to research it, see if we got a way to resolve this problem and get your guns functioning better. Now this is where that block thing comes in. Okay? You want to know, is my clip worn out or is my extractor? The best way to diagnose this, take the block, go into single shot mode, and if you keep constantly having a problem with functioning, then we know to go to the extractor. Once the extractor problem is fixed, then you would go to using your clips, and if there is still a problem, then you know you've eliminated the extractor problem out of the equation and it's functioning, so it lies in the clips. This is where all of this ties in. This is why I keep telling people, watch all the videos, learn. And it's a progression. It's nothing difficult. It ain't rocket science. It's a simple way to do things. Alright, on to our next thing. Alright, so as you see, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of different things that are shooting off with different problems, different things to diagnose and deal with, ammunition, clips, all this stuff, extractor problems. And there's one big thing in a question that even the Gun Geek was making a video about it, is we're going to have to go back to the M9124. There's a lot of questions about this gun. Now, I believe the problem stems from, number one, you don't have a lot of information. There's only 2 really good books that gives you any in-depth information on Carcano rifles in the system. One of them is a little bit newer, but it's out of publication, Italy's Battle Rifle. I can't get a copy of it. If anybody has one for sale, I would really like a chance to buy it. And the other one is this outstanding book here, the Carcano Rifle Detailed Development and Production History. Okay, this you can get on Amazon, great book, a lot of information. But when it comes to the M9124, it kind of glances over, gives you details of the hardware, but nothing specific about the barrel or how it was converted. They tell you that they lathe turned it, and that the only thing is there where the asterisk is in picture, it shows a picture and says this means that the gun was rebored because of excessive corrosion, whatever the hell that means. The other book, the guy kind of goes into detail about this barrel conversion, but some people are saying that they lop it off. Some people say that if you do that, the gun's inherently inaccurate. Okay, I made the mistake, and I did make a mistake of saying that as a grounds for the rifle I had that was worn out. Now that I have two other variants or two other types of that rifle that are a little bit better condition and not as worn out, we can really get in, diagnose this, and figure out the truth. Because some people are saying that they cut the barrel off the sight, bored it out, shortened it from the back, and then screwed it in, and then rechambered it, or you know, there's a lot of confusion. I have no idea what's the truth. And the reason I believe is nobody really kept the records. This was just some kind of a stopgap measure, and they did it. They converted 230,000 of them, not a lot. They did this, and nobody actually kept exact records on what the hell was going on, and nobody has a clear thing other than someone quotes that other book, which I don't have, that they mention a little bit more about what they did to the barrel than this green book does. But I can't get that book, it's out of print, and all this other stuff. So, again, I'd like to get the book and get a reference, other than just what somebody said. And I think the author or someone did put all the description in a forum on the web. But I'd really like to have the book or some other concrete information. And I think what it is just there was never a lot of information recorded about it. And there's all kinds of theories and things, and I guess we'll go on and find out. So, I think that's the end of my list. So yeah, that's another big hot topic. And also, one other thing, somebody mentioned to me when we were talking about where these guns came from, there is, and I found a little stamp on these rifles. I've seen this on a couple. I only have one. I checked them all. But right here, where the tip of that, the light's going to screw me again. Where the tip of that pointer is, there's a little stamp there. And someone's told me that's an Ethiopian marking. Kind of curious. Which brings me back, even though they got a picture of an Italian cop using a Carcano in the 70s launching a smoke grenade during a riot. Something's telling me that in the quantity in these old guns did not come out of Italy. Okay, I'm sorry. But, and another thing, everybody's getting guns in about the same shape and quality, which is good. You can say overall everyone's gotten a good. Some might get a very good, close to excellent. Some might get a kind of good minus, close to poor. But I have heard there's several people that have claimed, I have not seen photographs, but they've claimed they bought guns from like Buds or DKs or something, and the bores are shot out. There's no rifling. But I've not seen photographs. One guy did contact me 2 or 3 days ago, and he showed me a 9124 that I mean was rusted. He got it from Buds, and he sent me several photographs. Okay, I mean a lot of them. That thing was rusted bad. I mean it was the sight, this area, you know, the top of the receiver and underneath the wood line was even worse than anything I had. The whole upper part of the gun, the rust was real heavy in the magazine trigger guard area. The butt plate was really rusted bad. I mean, this gun was bad. I will do a separate video showing his pictures. I'm learning how to put pictures and put like a 15-second time delay or whatever so you can look at the little photographs in the video. So I will be working on that also on top of everything else I'm working on. And the ammunition, like I said, I'm developing it. I've got a ton of people asking me all kinds of different questions in all kinds of different degrees. I'm going to be working on that this week. And hopefully Mariano's block will be here, so if I do get to the range this week or next week, I'll have that block and we can do live fire with the block and show how it works and show how to use it as a diagnostic tool, okay, which is another interesting thing. See, all these things come at me at once, you know, and it just all kind of falls in place as I progress. And sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming. But, all right, so in conclusion, that's where we're at. I hope you all enjoyed the series. It has helped a lot with bringing forth more information, problems, and discussion that will benefit everybody who is staying with us while we're doing all this in terms of getting the guns to function smoother, tuning them up, say, as per se, and how to do it right without busting everything. Because granted, you bust an extractor, it's going to cost you a lot of money if you can find one. Okay, so be careful, don't force the gun, be patient. If it isn't quite functioning right, give me some time to do the information, figure out how to fix it, and make a video. So watch for it, please. Okay? I'm working on a lot of things at one time. Don't be impatient. Just relax. I will get to it. Okay? Alright, and like I said, thanks for your support, following the channel, and information input and networking, and so just stay tuned.